Hello, everybody. This is Carrie from Paper Adventures back for another hashtag 50 Stack Challenge 7. This is a challenge created by CraftyCat, and you can just pause the video, scroll down to the description box, and it will give you more information on that challenge. It's nothing lengthy, very small, but that way you'll kind of know what's going on. I will give you an example of what I did last week. And that would have been number, 39 and 40. And I say that every time because I always forget. And then I got to find it on my list and all of that. But index card and book page. Okay. Here's an example of that. And I am using this challenge to make a journal with mine. So my index card is right here. And let's see, the book page, of course, here's the book page right here. Let me see was there any more? No, that was the only. So, and I will also tell you that I'm using this challenge also to use the ephemera that I already have. So I'm trying not to make new things, but there will be times that I will. And I'm thinking that I actually may make something new in this one that's coming up. At least that's what I'm thinking right now. So, but I still plan to use something that I already have as well because I want to get rid of a lot of it. So this week, it is going to be number 41 and 42. 41 is lines, Lines, and 42 is washi tape. And that's really one of the reasons why I think that I'm going to make something new is because of the washi tape. I don't think I have anything that I've used washi tape in. I mean, maybe I have, but I don't know. I didn't really want to search through everything just to try and find something with washi tape when I know I don't use it that often. Now, when I used washi tape, here's my washi tape in this bin right here. I used to use washi tape when I used to decorate planners. I don't know if any of you guys got into that where you would decorate your happy planners or whatever, I used to love to do that. And I actually plan to, after I get done with this 50 stack challenge, to have a video where I actually go over one of the planners that I did just because, I would do it in themes and it was fun. So just maybe a reminisce video on that. But anyways, since I don't really decorate planners, washi tape, I don't use that often. And I don't know. You know what just hit me though? I actually have made stuff like with these. These are washi stickers. So I could actually find something now that I'm thinking about it. I think I do have a few things with these. I kind of forgot about these. And they're right here in my face. But I still think I may make something new because I actually want to try and use up all of this. There's no point in it just sitting. And if I don't actually consciously, is that the right word? Purposely, I think is the word. Purposely make a decision to use this, it's just going to keep sitting here. And I don't know if there's any purpose for me to really have it, honestly. So I think I am going to make something new using this washi tape. So anyways, I think that's all I have to say. But thanks for joining me again today. And let's go ahead and get into making this page. Okay, here we have it. Lines and washi tape. There's a few things that you might not have seen me do on here, but like this flower, I think I did that off camera. Now, you will notice there's not any pockets, there's not any tags or tucks or belly bands, anything like that. I decided that I was trying to decrease any bulk, and the reason why is because I had one more page left of the first half, I guess, of this challenge. And what I mean is, at the beginning of the challenge, what I was doing to create my pages, I would take two of these and I would glue them together. So they would be stiff, no freedom of movement, if that makes sense. And so they would be glued together. So this is 4 pages, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what would happen, I would do whatever I was going to on this side. And if I would sew or stitch around it, okay, that's fine. But then when it come time to doing this side, I would have to really watch what I was doing, because I couldn't just sew freely on this side, because it would come in on this side. So I ended up doing it differently, and some of you may already know that who's been watching. I now started leaving these 2 pieces apart until I've completed all 4 sides, and then I just sew it together on the outsides, no glue involved. That way it keeps it gives it freedom to move around. It also means I have freedom to sew where I want, and that'll be like in between the pages, you know. So that's what I started doing. That's I call it the second half when I kind of changed how I did that. But I had one more page left of this type that I glued together. Now you will see that I stitched around it. I still go stitch around it, but there's glue. So this one limited me on what I could do, and I actually kind of forgot about that. I was just placing washi tape, you know. You can see that I've kind of gathered it up, folded it, and all of that. I forgot that, oh, I can't just sew anywhere I want, because here's the back. Now that comes out, but there's this washi band here. Washi band? That's not called a washi band. Oh my goodness, what is this? Belly band. So I could make stitches on the edges, but I had to make sure nothing was in the vicinity of this little strip right here. So that was kind of a pain once I realized that. And I realized it when I was sewing right here. That's why I had to stop sewing right there. I need to add glue to that part. But you will see that that's what I did with the washi tape. I just kind of gathered it into bunches. There's some right here. And this is cheesecloth and then some jean material, and that's washi tape right there. And I also just did it in strips. You would have seen that. Different strips down, across, all of that. I did add material. This little piece, it's not really lace. I don't know what we want to call it, but anyways, I made sure that it was hanging off for the sides. A piece of material here hanging off, because I do like the look of things hanging out of journals. There's some of my, tape that I made using alcohol ink to make it look old. And one thing about these, you'll notice there's no theme in these, and you might have heard me say this before. Like, here's birds, here's flowers, here's this man. And that's kind of what I'm going for, just random, really. So you can look and just, I don't know. And that's why anyone can do these. This is not pretty at all, but I still think it'll be fun to go through when you get everything together. Just turning each page, looking for different elements and textures and all of that. And that's what I was going for. I just thought, I just want a bunch of textures on here. Now, I do plan to go back and put more stitching just all along the sides, because that's what I wanted to do. But then I stopped doing that once I realized that piece is on the back. But I can still go back and do some stitching along the side, because I want just stitching here, there, everywhere. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I want to mention. I don't really think so. Yeah, I don't think so. And I mean, this is very grungy. That's what I'm going for. Now, Crafty Cat, she does grungy, and that's one of the reasons I love watching her. But she also makes things look so good. Hers are grungy and pretty. I don't know. I just really just love watching what she comes up with. But anyways, I really appreciate you joining me. And the next time when I show you what I did, when I go back over what I did, I will show you the extra stitching that I end up doing, because I am going to, like I said, add some more stitching here. But, oh, I forgot, I didn't even bring up lines. Lines. There's lines all through here. I have a stamp which I use on most pages, but you can see there's some lines right there. This washi tape even has lines in it. I did go in with an ink pen or marker type thing and add some type of lines, just, for some extra. And there's another way you could interpret this, and I actually had thought I was going to do this at the beginning, to do like a picture of people in line, standing in a line. But here's a line of birds, so I can count that too. Here's a line of birds right there. So that's one thing that's really great about these, is you can, whatever your interpretation of it is, you can do. So anyways, thank you once again for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone had a good week, and I do hope to see you again on the next one. Bye.
Tell me what